friends, welcome back to my channel. I wanted to talk to you guys about my December favorites because I have a lot. I feel like I have been loving a lot of different things this month. I don't know, I've been using up a lot of products and I've been trying out a lot of new things, so let's go ahead and talk about them. The first thing I have is the Urban Decay All-Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. This is not a new product. I am like the last person in the makeup world to be touching this, but I have to say I got this as a sample. I have never used this before and it is such a fine mist. It just feels very refreshing on my face. It just, I don't know, I really like this. I don't know if I'm going to actually make the purchase because this stuff is not cheap full size. I definitely think that it's something that I will strive for. Is it better than my Too Cool for School gel? No, I think that that's definitely something of a different texture, so it's very hard to compare them. But as far as like a setting spray mist goes, this is awesome, so I now understand all of the hype around this product. I'm loving a Tarte blush. This is ones that I got from the Black Friday sale. This is in the color Fanciful. It's on my cheeks right now, but I don't feel like it's not showing up as well. It is just such a soft pink color. I feel like you can build it up. I definitely don't personally think that these last the 12 hours that they claim, maybe because I'm not as heavy-handed with it, but I just think it's a really pretty color. It gives me a lovely wash on my cheeks, and it's also matte, and I don't use too many matte blushes, and I just think that it's a really beautiful balance with my highlighter that I've been using. I've been a really big fan of this blush. I also reconnected my love with the Maybelline Blushed Nudes palette. I know that there are a lot of mixed reviews out there for these palettes, and I'm not sure why. I think that this is a really nice palette. I love the colors. You guys can see I've hit pan on another shadow, and again, I think it's because you do need a lot of color to build up the color on your lids, but I'm okay with that. I don't mind fussing with colors that I like. It's not that big of a production. You just have to kind of dig your brush in there and then get the product on your eyes. I don't mind working with it. I don't think it's bad at all. I love this palette a lot. The other items I've been loving are actually two concealers. I picked up this e.l.f. concealer in the shade Ivory at Target when they were having like their in-store deals leading up to Christmas. At first, I wasn't sure this was going to be a very good color match for me, but I've actually found that because it has some of those, what I think are like pinky, almost salmony tones, it goes really well on my skin. I feel like it does a nice job covering up my under eye circles, which have not been as dark recently as they've been in months past. And I can just easily blend it out with my eyes, and I just really am liking the look of it. It's also really creamy. I do warm it up a little bit on my hand before I apply it underneath my eyes, but I've just been really happy with this altogether. I've also been a big fan of this Maybelline Fit Me concealer. I'd heard about this for months, and I wanted to try it out for months, but every time I've gone to the drugstore, whether it be Walmart, Target, CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, they never have my shade. I am in the color Fair, which is 15. It's the lightest shade they have, and for some reason it is never stocked. But there was one at Walmart one day, and at first, I will not lie, I was not a big fan of this. I felt like it was very liquidy and almost like watery in a way, and I wasn't a fan of it. But now I've come to understand that the light weight of it is why it's so great, because you can use just a little bit of a little bit underneath your eyes, and it's really effective, and it does a nice job brightening. Next up, I have two CoverGirl products that I am, again, like the last of the party for, and it's not for a lack of owning them. I've been loving the CoverGirl Supersizer Mascara and the CoverGirl Intensify Me. Now, I bought these like right when they first came out, and because I was doing project pans and other things, didn't actually touch them. Well, now that I had a chance to open up a new eyeliner and a mascara, I pulled these out, and I have to say I really like them both. The Supersizer is a little bit finicky. It is definitely a learning curve, so that way you don't end up with like chunky, gloopy lashes. But if you can learn how to let the product dry out a little bit and then how to manipulate the kind of quirky wand, this thing will become your best friend. My lashes are long, they're lengthened, they look really pretty. I like this stuff a lot. I'm a big fan of it. It's a little bit thicker, like packaging wise in circumference than the average mascara, but trust me, it is great. All of the reviews you've been hearing about it are really, I think, true to how great this product is. Definitely go ahead and snag it. On the other end, I have been loving the Intensify Me. This is a very unusual type of like paddle almost to draw on your concealer. Some of the claims are why it's shaped this way, so that way you could draw a line using the fine side or the wide side. I like this because I've been using the thin side to get a really thin line. I've been getting a really thin line, and I really like that. I feel like oftentimes with my hooded eyes, if I'm not careful and I get too wide of a eyeliner line, that you kind of lose any sort of shadow on my lid. Well, with this, it's super easy, super straightforward. I have no issues with it. I'm not used to not having a tip that's pointed. This is a very rounded tip, but it's easy to use this little paddle, as I like to call it, and I've been a big fan of it. It's also super black. It doesn't move on me. I don't think it's necessarily waterproof. I also don't have watery eyes or oily lids, but this has just been the bomb, so I would definitely recommend if you're in the market for a new eyeliner, going out and finding this. The last item that I'm going to actually do a full review on for you guys, because it was new to me and I was very skeptical of it at first, but it is the L'Oreal True Match Lume Cushion Foundation. I have heard a lot about cushion foundations. When I was big into mini boxes, that was definitely something that I heard a lot about on the Korean beauty forums, but it didn't necessarily interest me, or it wasn't something that I paid a lot of attention to. And then I kept hearing about it when it started to come to the States, where I was hearing about it on the high-end spectrum and how great the cushion foundations could be. And then when I was in Christmas Tree Shop, of all places, I happened to check their beauty section, and they have, at least the one that I was looking at the time, they had all of the new Covergirl stuff, all of the new Maybelline stuff, and all of the new L'Oreal stuff that I had been hearing buzzwords about on social media. So I was really intrigued to try it. So I grabbed, my shade is in W2, which is light ivory. I'm pretty sure it is the palest shade they come up with. Not cheap. I did not coupon with this at all because, again, it was new products. They were at Christmas Tree Shop. I just wanted to get them. I kind of was in like a new product, like tunnel vision, and I got really excited. I think it's like $15 or $16, which to me is a lot of money compared to the like $6 I spent on BB cream, but I definitely think it's worth it if you can find your shade. Last two non-beauty favorites that I won't go on too much of a tangent about are actually a soundtrack and movie duo. I rented on Netflix the movie We Are Your Friend. It's definitely, I'd say, more of an indie movie where you're kind of left thinking like, not a whole lot happened, but I really liked it. And it has Zac Efron in it. It's essentially about this kid who wants to like make it out as a like DJ, but not just somebody who like spins discs. He has like this whole sort of philosophy behind it, and it really made me think a lot about DJing as more than just like showing up and playing music, which was interesting. Definitely some weird plot points, but I did like it. Now, I also ended up falling in love with the soundtrack. I noticed that when I watch movies and when I rent them, I tend to pay more attention, or I'm more aware of the soundtrack that's playing. I feel like when I'm in the theater, there are so many other things for stimulus around me that I don't note the music as much. But with this movie, because it's music based and it's, you know, on a foundation of music and DJing, the soundtrack was just on point. And so I downloaded it, and it's been like my workout jam. It's just done tons of like club music. In a sense, it's really got good beats. It makes me like want to work out harder. I've just been a really big fan of it. And so I definitely recommend at least listening to the soundtrack, like preview, if you're looking for some new workout music, and also watching the movie, because it's one of those movies where you kind of feel like there's some cheese factor in it, but I also liked it. Like I can't really tell you guys why I liked it so much. I just have noticed that I like want to watch it again. I want to rent it again and watch it. I feel like I'll get more out of it. I don't know. It's really weird. I get really weird about movies and music. I just feel like it just, I don't know, it spoke to me in a way. God, that feels weird to say. But I definitely recommend it to you guys. I'd love to hear from you what you have been loving for December, what products you've been, you know, loving. I also want to know what new products you guys are excited about, because I don't know about you guys, but I feel like there are a ton of new products coming out this spring, like more than ever before for the drugstore, and I'm a little overwhelmed and also freaking excited about it. But that's it for me. I'll stop rambling, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.